and you're live.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another session
Hello.
of Dukkan show from Arab Media Forum in partnership with Dubai Media City. And we have one of the coolest women in the game, one of my favorite women in media.
She's so dope,
She
guys.
is.
She's
I'm
so
in my
dope.
serious mode.
Oh, okay, sorry.
yeah,
No, okay, I apologize.
She's
We're
in
supposed to
serious
be,
mode.
You know why? Because she's a professional TV anchor, and this is what they do. That's how they sit. Reem and I, we come here, we
We're
kind
a
of break
bit
the rules,
like
we slouch,
here,
we chill.
we're over
And
here.
she's like, no, this
She's
is how
all
we
like
do.
here, up here.
We have to, you know.
Yeah,
You know.
So it's straight, arch your back.
of course.
Look
Can't
straight into
help
the
it.
camera.
I try not to do that, but I can't help it.
No, but you're so good at it. So, it's, you know, commit to it. How are you, Maya?
I'm fine. How are you? Good to be with you, T and Reem. Great.
See, like I got
Yeah,
the TV game on point.
yeah.
Yeah. So welcome to our show.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here with us. So for those that don't know who you are, quick like breakdown.
Me, who I am.
Yes.
Why don't you introduce me?
I
No?
introduce you? Okay,
yes,
fine.
Please.
So Maya
Let's see how
is
it's
a
gonna be.
homegirl and a good friend of ours who has been in the television game for a few years as a TV anchor on Al-Arabia. You did the financial report in the news section, and then now you work with DMI,
Job
right?
by TV.
Boom. See, I got it down. And we run a podcast together called Rakut Ahwa.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is fire. It's doing so well, and it features the most amazing women.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out, please
Go listen to
do.
it. It's number one at the moment.
It is
by the
number
way, on
one,
iTunes.
shot to the top
So
as
congrats.
soon as it came out.
Yay, yes,
I
that's
know.
so exciting. And it's in Arabic content, and we're very,
A
very,
to
very
Z,
excited
all
about that because I think it's the first thing that Dukkan Media
It's our
has
first
done in
Arabic
Arabic.
Yes.
And I think this was one of the things that we decided to collaborate
Yeah.
on the Arabic content and the women empowerment content.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we are talking about women who have amazing stories
Yeah.
and they are sharing their stories with the next generation. This is
Yeah.
part of it. So.
Examples of the women we've had on the show so far.
So we've had the first female Jordanian judge, first Arab Muslim, and she is the same person, first Arab Muslim woman to lead the War Tribunal for the United
Yes.
Nations, the War Crime Tribunal, and she started her career after 40.
Which
Wow.
is remarkable.
Amazing, yeah.
Because
Phenomenal.
it gives I'm sure there are so many women out there that wonder where the time has gone.
Yeah.
And when we hear stories like this, it says you have the eternity. It's all
Exactly. So
yours.
I'm 40 now. So what's the next step?
You're
Yeah.
free?
Starting again. Yes.
I thought you were younger than I am.
No, I'm more than 40.
I just had my 30th birthday. Yallah.
Okay. So there's always another guest was Jinan Musa, who's a
Yes.
war correspondent. She's
Big
been
fan.
to the craziest places. She's
Yeah.
been to Syria, to Libya, to Iraq, everywhere, to Mali when no one was going to Mali.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it was
think-
unbelievable. I mean, I was sitting in on that session, and the beauty of it was that, like, I'm just sitting there in the back, making sure the audio is right, and I'm getting goosebumps listening to her story.
yeah.
Phenomenal woman.
Amazing. And Lama, who actually changed her cancer struggle into a support group
Yes.
and a fashion brand. So we are
wow.
looking for women who have amazing stories. Everyone has a story. We know that. Each person has an
Yeah.
amazing story. It's telling that story and what lessons you learned from that story. This is very, very important.
I agree. That's amazing, and I love it. And I love what these people have been doing. And definitely check the show out. Like, I think it's one of those things. Just the same passion I had when I started Dukkan, I have with this project, just because of the caliber and conversations that we've been having with these women. It's been spectacular, and it's been game changing. And it's so inspirational to hear these stories, you know.
They
And
are.
this is what I love about it. And to that point, I think this is like. It's this trajectory that we've been seeing with media overall. Like, there, you know, women like you and the ones we've had on our show, and like Reem, like you guys have been doing amazing, and I think it's inspirational to a lot of the younger girls like who want to be part of it. I think your
Exactly.
daughter, we're talking like
Oh,
she
my
was around.
students at
And
the
your-
university, yes.
That's true.
Yeah, we need to give them stories of the struggles and the successes. Not only
Yes.
the successes and not only the struggles.
Yeah.
Because it's a process. It's a ride. It's a long ride.
Yeah, it is. I feel like as somebody that is in a new space of the media, I think what I love about specifically this podcast is that your voice is so clear. When I listen, it's so clear. This is the years of everything you've invested. All the love is now almost concentrated, and you can feel it and you can hear it. And I think it comes across in the sound and the space. And I think it's by the way, as soon as it hit the chart, it hit out and it hit the charts.
Yay.
Instantly.
So instantly,
Yeah.
and that's just the beginning. So I'm so
Hopefully
proud and
we're
so
going-
happy.
I mean, we're doing one-on-one interviews now, but we
Yeah.
spoke about developing the way that we are presenting it on
Yes.
a technical level as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So because we need to take this to the next
Yeah.
level, this is the future. The future is in audio content,
Yeah.
different kinds of audio content. sticking with podcast now.
We'll start with podcasts. We'll go from there.
Can you tell them what else we're working on? Like the expansions of the show, beyond the show?
You want to talk about that? We're hoping
Yes,
that Rakwat Ahwa will become a platform for women as a support group. Hopefully we'll be able to help women talk about their issues, solve their problems, be able to fight, even if it's if anonymously. So if you have a story, please share it with us. Even if it's in English, we can do English as well. I can speak English, it's okay.
You got it down.
We're on for the Arabic content. We believe in Arabic content as well, but we can do both. So if you have a story, you think you want to share it, you need support, any kind of moral support, any kind of help, we are here. And Rakwat Ahwa is here, and I think Dukkan Media is on board.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
We're ride or die, so we're in it with you all throughout the entire game, because it's just such a powerful space. And like from the moment first time we discussed it, before we even had a name, remember? We just hang out and like ideate about what we wanted to do. You can see the longevity, and you can see how revolutionary it's going to be and how impactful it's going to be on the community. And I think that's the basis of what we do with Dukkan across the board. It's always about like, okay, what is it going to be for community? What are we doing for the people?
And the tribe.
The tribe, exactly.
The tribe.
So
Exactly.
that's been the focus, and I think Rakwat Ahwa in its own way is doing that, and it has such a beautiful trajectory that we can instantly see.
We didn't talk about why we called it Rakwat Ahwa.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yes.
So Rakwat Ahwa is the coffee pot,
Yeah.
and when we sit as Arabs, part of our culture, because it's Arabic content, we've always spoke over coffee.
Yes.
We fought over coffee. We
Made
fell
peace.
in love over coffee.
Yes.
We made peace over coffee.
We had our
solved
hearts
issues.
broken.
We had our hearts
Over
broken over
coffee.
coffee.
There we go.
Whenever we are discussing anything, we say, let's go for coffee. Let's have a
Exactly.
coffee.
Yeah.
So we begin with coffee, with the niceties.
Yes.
But then towards the end, it becomes heartfelt, and it comes
is.
from the heart to the heart. So this is what we're hoping
And that's the
to
beauty of
achieve.
it. I know, and it's amazing. I mean, I've had all the moments, like from trying to sneak back home after a party really late at night, and my mom sitting there with her coffee, and she's like,
Waiting.
come sit, right? to like post-graduation and happy moments and celebrating my businesses and everything. Like, we'll say like, oh, you know, she has her coffee ready, and my mom is like a coffee addict. Like, she's all about her coffee.
Same
so like,
here.
it's always these coffee occasions, right? And this is the beauty of it. So like, you get it as soon as you hear the name. I feel like even though without needing to describe it, people will get it, and I think that's what's amazing about it as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So to take it back a bit, step. You've been in television for how many years now?
20 years.
20 years on
20
television.
years, yes.
As a presenter.
18 years as a presenter, yes.
18 years as a presenter.
19, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes.
And where do you want to go now?
Okay, so, that's a very...
Where now?
You know what? Before we started, I want to tell you, I don't want to go really deeply into this, but there are, being a female in this industry, it's very, very difficult to stay on top here.
Yep.
And if you want to have a family, there's a lot that you have to give up for this career and in this career. So you either give up on your family or you give up on your career. So there are a lot of things. But what I believe we should do moving forward is starting to I don't want to say incorporate the new media platforms into our daily lives, into our daily work, into what we are producing as content. I still believe content is king. I will always believe content is king, no matter what happens. I will definitely, I mean, yes, I might post a picture of me cooking at a point on Instagram. Yes, I would do that once every a few weeks, but I have to have good content that I'm delivering to the audience, any kind of audience, whoever your audience is. But definitely, television is changing. Definitely, the spaces are less. People's acceptance to us on TV has changed. Our bosses' acceptances have changed. What they expect of us, what they want us to do, where they want to see us, has changed as well. So
the landscape has changed, but I think the tenets stay the same. Great content will dominate at all times. I genuinely believe that as well.
Yes.
It's just medium, right? That will always change, but the basics will always remain there. If
But
the
I
content
also
is good, it
believe
works.
that fresh faces is a good thing. I mean, as an editor-in-chief, I would like to see fresh faces on TV. So it's not like, no, we don't want the younger generation, they're competing with us. No.
We need
It's
them.
their time.
Yeah.
We need them.
Yes.
They need to freshen up. But then we need to treat our older generation differently. We need to take their experience and use it.
because you guys are consultants now. You know, you've been through it. Like my dad always had this thing about like, you know, it's like smart people who learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from other people's mistakes. So like that's why you need these people with experience and older generation to kind of walk you through that and educate you through that process. And I think that's really important to have, because otherwise, like, the basics of being on television, having to sit straight, like you have to you have to follow somebody who's doing that, you know, to understand how that works, right? Or like yesterday, for example, we were shooting at the Nike store. We had a live panel, and you know, I didn't have an earpiece, but to monitor time, I'd look for Reem, and then Reem would be behind the cameras, like counting me in. So like, these are things I learned from people like you know, who've been doing it for so long, and that's the beauty of it. And like, the funny thing is, I always wondered how you make time to do this, because I think when we first met, and I was telling Reem about it after I spoke at your master's class, I was telling him, I was like, okay, so I met this woman. She's an editor-in-chief. She's a producer. She's a presenter. A mother of 2 kids. She cooks hot plates for her husband, and she's doing her master's. Like, what? How?
With difficulty.
Fair enough.
I mean,
time management, I guess. But then, when it comes to my kids, I think this was the biggest challenge, because I was always worried that I would not give enough when I started doing my masters. But what we do at home, I put my laptop in front of me, my daughter sits on my left, my son sits on my right, and we study together.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on your Insta stories.
Found a way, found a way to deal with this. But I mean, it's the next level. We have to develop, and I felt that my students, because I teach at the American University in Dubai.
And you teach, that's right. Oh, wow.
So my students started knowing more than I did. And I mean, with all this experience, a 19-year-old has more details about things and about the media landscape than I do. It's quite scary. So I had to develop. I had to find a way to stay relevant.
But that's amazing, because I mean, you're staying relevant, you're staying ahead of the game, and somehow you find time to do all that, which is spectacular. Because
and I find time to sit here.
Yes,
and
exactly.
buy a bag of chips in a bit.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. And like, I don't think there are many women that do what you do or can do what you do, and that's spectacular.
You would be surprised.
I disagree with that. I think women
I
think women do, but you just happen to have a moment where you shared this experience. I think if you look at a woman in a university who's a professor, she's carrying the weight of the universe on her shoulders, and she's not going to articulate, because Maya never would. Maya would not say, I'm doing all these things. It just comes out in conversation because we're inquisitive people.
I just clocked it throughout our conversation.
Yeah, but I think
that's what women do, but man, we don't do half of that throughout the day, and then by like the evening I'm tired and I'm like, great, you know? I haven't done much of it.
I think the reason I'm so happy you're in our lives is because you remind me that there is no finish line. There never was, and there never will be, and so it's all you. That's the truth of it, right? What do you hope for your daughters? Is your daughter? Is she inclined to be in the media? Is she a part of the future of media and entertainment?
I hope not.
Okay.
But no, because it's very, very difficult and it's getting tougher.
Yeah.
I would like her to have an easier life, maybe.
Okay.
But my daughter will not accept an easy life for sure, because she's very, very smart, very well read, and
she's a fighter.
Very inquisitive. Yes, she is, and she's always analyzing, very analytical. At the moment, she's 13 and a half. She wants to be a psychoanalyst.
Bless her.
Psychoanalyst, wow.
She has a specific, like, very, very long...
She already knows her plans. She already has everything down.
She might change, of course, at her age. We don't know, but she's very, very smart, and she inspires me every single day. When I told her the other day, Luna, you inspire me, she said, I told her, Luna, you're my inspiration. And she said, Mom, you're my aspiration.
How lovely. How lovely.
Yo, that's so bright.
Those 13-year-olds, they're amazing, aren't they?
The future in them is it's on lock. Like because I constantly think about the future of content, the future of media. Where are we going with all of this? And then I see beacons of these beautiful, brilliant lights, and I'm like, we'll be
fine.
We'll be
they're doing amazing.
We will. I think we will be fine.
Yeah. No, I love it. Thank you so much, Maya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being part of this. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
We're live.
As it always happens.
Noor,
why don't you join them for a live live Facebook episode.
Yes.
We're on Facebook and we're on
started the
YouTube.
Masters with us, by the way, but he left
did?
early. Yes.
Oh, okay, so that's why I didn't see him in class.
You're not live anymore.
We are live.
No,
we are live.
We're
still
live still?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Okay.
live. Okay, no, let us finish.
All right.
We're signing out. Let's sign out. Thank you
guys
guys.
I thought we're done.
We'll see you guys later. Appreciate it. Peace.
Oh, that was authentic, so.
Yeah.